have our first guest, Jorge Perdomo.
Woo!
There we go. Guatemalan and Brazilian, or
Correct.
Guatemalan by way of Brazil?
Yeah, well, family's from Guatemala, but I grew up in Brazil. So like I kind of like ended up deciding to mix my name's pronunciation a little bit, just as like a connection to where I am. So like Jorge is Portuguese because I grew up in São Paulo. Nice. And then obviously Perdomo is my Spanish side, and I would always go to Guatemala, for like Christmas and New Year's and stuff, but I never really lived there. So home for me is still São Paulo, but I've been kind of all over the place.
Well, now you're here in LA. So he's the mastermind behind an immersive, a lot of things going on, experience, music, sound baths, meditation. Yep. It's called the Fluffy Cloud Experience.
Yes.
Tell us about it. What exactly is it?
Okay, so the Fluffy Cloud is a artwork that I created for Burning Man at the end of 2019, and I debuted it there. And basically, it's this 3-story tall, it's like basically 30-foot tall, giant UFO-looking thing. It was meant to be a cloud, it ended up being more like a spaceship, but art takes its own direction at once.
It got lost in the
I was upset about it for a bit, but I'm like, that kind of looks cool too. And it's this giant structure, and then inside of it, it has this really unique custom 360 sound system. That like isn't like just shooting at you, but it's shooting down on you.
Wow.
So it's a stage. So imagine like a concert festival level stage, 30 feet tall, 30 feet wide, that you can go under. And like it creates this very unique kind of space where instead of kind of being just lined up front to back, it's a 360 circular experience. It's almost like, Globe Theater, amphitheater meets, modern technology meets desert insanity, kind of like all together. And so that's what everything is built around. Like that was the artwork. And then what the Fluffy Cloud Experience is my attempt to kind of create a much more interactive and immersive, live arts and music experience. So it's not like, even though the cloud is there and obviously it's the centerpiece of what's going on, I put a lot of work into trying to create almost, I kind of joke and say that it's like, super cool kind of electronic music concert meets Chuck E. Cheese, because it's going to be like really playful also. I like the idea of kind of like the all in black, too cool for school, like techno kids, jumping around in a seesaw on a ball pit. Like that sounds really fun to me. So like I kind of am creating this neon fun zone with like 50 different kinetic sculptures flying over everyone's heads. So we've created this insane outdoor 3D experience. So you got like this 360 concert. You're covered with this sky of kinetic sculptures, which I'm not gonna overly describe, but they're really cool. and then there's like a bunch of games. Like I got Ferris wheels and ball pits and these like crazy seesaws and swings. And it's something where I'm just trying to create something that isn't just make a stage, put a couple lasers on it, throw a different set of names on the board, and because I love it. I've loved music and all these things for forever, but after a bit, it just kind of was like, I want something new. I want something that keeps me engaged.
You have to recreate that going out experience now, especially in the digital age.
What does it take to move the cloud around? You're talking like
it's like the cloud.
Oh God! So it's funny. It's actually
the wind.
So it's actually on wheels, which is crazy. It's on 4 giant mining casters, which I didn't know existed. And so when it's on playa in the desert, like it actually gets towed around by a pickup.
Wow.
So it like rolls around. So it's like a mobile stage.
Okay.
But it doesn't go through the streets. 30 feet tall is not really
Where
road.
do you store it?
It's not road legal. So it actually lives in 2 53-foot trailers, like the big semi-truck 18-wheeler trailers.
Oh wow.
And it breaks down, and then basically it goes in those 2, and it actually just landed last night. So I don't know, if I look tired, it's because I was receiving the trucks at 4 a.m. today. So the trucks are here in LA. The cloud has landed in LA.
It flew here from what,
northern?
Humberto got it at the same time as the cloud.
It flew in from Nevada. So what you had?
So it was actually in Miami last, because like after Burning Man in 2019, I took it to Art Basel in Miami.
Nice.
And then after Art Basel, I took it to Love Burn, which is like the regional Burning Man in Miami as well.
Wow.
And then this thing popped up, I don't know if you've heard of it, COVID. So, kind of threw a little bit of a wrench in the touring plans that I had. So it's just been sitting in its, little trailers crying in Lakeland for 19 months or something like that.
I want to ask, so obviously it's called the Fluffy Cloud Experience,
Yeah.
right? Obviously the cloud is the focal point, that's the centerpiece. When creating this idea, why did you decide to name it that?
The Fluffy Cloud?
Yeah.
Well, because, again, so it was intended to be a cloud, and it actually is literally fluffy. Like, if you touch it, it's soft.
Oh, nice.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, so like the exterior of it, it's like this entire
Part of the experience.
well, you can't really reach it. I did make it 12 feet tall at the bottom section so that, because somebody at a party is gonna be like, I want to go touch the crazy light up thing, because it's also 33,000 LEDs inside of it too that create like a light show, and then the sound is inside too, and it's like this permeable skin that has lights but also lets sound through in a really, really nice way. So, what was your question? So why did I call it that?
Yeah.
I guess it's a description. It's a fluffy, I guess now it should be more like the fluffy UFO, but...
Well, what I think is so interesting about you is that this was actually your passion project, and you co-founded a tech company that you got out of to start this.
Yeah, that's...
That must have been a big risk.
Yeah.
It was a very big risk, and I think I've gotten a lot more gray hair over the last 3 years because of it. It was also because I was also very naive, which is like, I think a tattoo I want to get, like be naive, because I think if I'd known how difficult this was going to be, and how expensive it was going to be, probably wouldn't have done it, to be really honest. But like at some point I realized, I'm like, well, I'm in too deep, so I got to finish it now.